top story tonight. Savannah police conducting an investigation at a home tonight after a child was rushed to the hospital with a serious injury. WSAV's Isabella Baez was among the first on the scene, and she is joining us now with what she's learned.
That's right, Tina. The Savannah Police Department first calling the scene a death investigation involving a child, but then SPD received word the child had a pulse. At the 300 block of East Anderson Street, officers were seen putting up crime scene tape around and inside of a home. Savannah police told WSAV they were working on a case where a child had died, calling it a death investigation. SPD and Savannah Forensics were seen coming in and out of the home. Meanwhile, the child and the family were at Memorial Hospital. SPD was then notified that the child had a pulse. The age of the child and the nature of the injury is currently unknown at this time. City of Savannah Alderman Dietrich Leggett also arrived on scene as soon as he heard the news. This is what he had to say.
Reaction now is just to find out what happened, if there's anything that that led up to what would happen here as we gather, just to figure out if the parents needed some help or if it's something that happened in the house that would cause an incident like this to happen. But right now I'm just trying to find out as much as possible so I can help the family and just give them some relief.
There are no details yet about what led up to the child being rushed to the hospital, but we'll continue to update you on air and online as we learn more. Isabella Baez, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Thank you, Isabella. New tonight, an arrest has been made in a deadly shooting investigation from 2024 that left two teenagers dead in Burton. 23-year-old Martasius Smalls Jr. was arrested today in connection to a shooting on October 23, 2024 at the intersection of County Shed Road and Paris Island Gateway that killed two 18-year-old men. Smalls now faces charges of arson, accessory after the fact, and possession of a stolen vehicle. Authorities say the investigation remains ongoing and more charges could be possible. Well, traffic troubles across Chatham County today with two separate crashes causing major disruptions during the morning commute. Interstate 95 is back open tonight after a four-vehicle crash forced shutdowns near Pine Barren Road in between I-16 and Highway 80 earlier this morning. According to Chatham County EMS, all lanes were closed in both directions around 8 a.m., leading to significant delays for drivers. And officials say one person was taken to the hospital. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Meanwhile, in Port Wentworth, a separate accident has been cleared and Highway 25 at Bunny Bridge Road is now back open. Drivers can once again use the road, though they may still experience delays in the area as traffic returns to normal. We will continue to keep you updated as more information becomes available. A woman from Kingsland is facing a murder charge around Georgia's Life Act, a case that could become the first of its kind since the law took effect. As WSAV's Sarah Smith reports, the charges stem from an alleged illegal abortion, raising complex legal questions about how the law can be enforced.
Everyone knew that when they reversed Roe versus Wade, some states were going to try to charge women, doctors, with murder in abortion cases.
The case against 31-year-old Alexia Moore will go down in Georgia state history if it's prosecuted. It will be the first illegal abortion murder trial since Georgia's Life Act was passed in 2019.
If I were a prosecutor, this is the last kind of case I'd want. I mean, for the prosecutor, it's a loser all the way around because you're going to piss half the population off one way or the other.
Moore is facing charges for murder and possession of a controlled substance and dangerous drugs. She's accused of attempting an illegal abortion by taking misoprostol, a drug used to medically induce an abortion. Investigators say she also took oxycodone. Moore gave birth to her baby in December 2025, but the infant only survived for about an hour, according to the warrant. Police determined Moore had been pregnant between 22 and 24 weeks, but Georgia now bans abortion after a heartbeat is detected around 6 weeks. Even so, Schiavone says it may be hard for the state to prove that Moore intended to kill her baby.
You're going to have women on the jury, and some women are going to believe that it's a right of a woman to make that decision and would never find someone guilty of murder under these circumstances, when it would have been legal, you know, under the original law from the Supreme Court.
He explained how he would defend Moore if he was her defense attorney.
I would hit hard on a woman's right. The woman's right to privacy, the woman's right to control her body, the woman's right to make those decisions.
And that was Sarah Smith reporting. Ultimately, the decision of whether to prosecute Moore for murder will be left to District Attorney Keith Higgins of the Brunswick Judicial Circuit. But first, he needs an indictment from a grand jury. Digging deeper now, this case comes as legal experts and advocacy groups say prosecutions tied to pregnancy have been rising nationwide following the Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization decision, which overturned Roe v. Wade and allowed states to enforce stricter abortion laws. A 2024 study by the Pregnancy Justice found at least 210 women across the country were charged with crimes related to their pregnancies in just 1 year after that ruling. Most of those cases involved allegations of substance use during pregnancy, highlighting the growing legal and medical debate over how far states can go in prosecuting pregnancy-related cases under new laws. Now to our continuing coverage on a zoning ordinance on Sapelo Island that could potentially reshape the island's future. It's been 3 long years of court battles for people on Sapelo Island who are fighting an increased square footage zoning ordinance that allows for homes to be double the previous allotted size. Residents believe the change would raise property taxes and eventually force them to relocate. Now they are one step closer to having an answer on what the new ordinance requirements for homes will be.
We've set up a series of listening sessions because we wanted to hear what the descendants and landowners and the community at large, what they wanted to see in a new zoning. So we're planning on doing is taking all of those thoughts, all of those emails, all of those words that were spoken, doing the listening sessions and sit down and look at them and then present a proposal that the citizens can look at and evaluate. And then there'll be a series of meetings, public hearings, so that they can give us input on that proposal.
There have already been 2 hearings. The third and final is set for next Wednesday, March 25th in Darien. After the final public hearing, a new proposal will be drafted and presented in a few weeks. Residents will then have a chance to voice their concerns before the official ordinance is voted on and put in place. New details tonight on a long-awaited gym for Carver Village as county leaders and community members weigh 2 different options for the project. One proposal would place a gym next to the current community center, but limited space means it would likely be smaller. 1-court facility. The second option would allow for a larger 2-court gym. However, it would require building in a different location, taking over the current tennis courts and softball field, which would then be relocated, county leaders say. And they've been working closely with the city of Savannah and residents to finalize a plan.
Community driven, right? The community asked for it. The community is a part of coming up with the plan, and as Mr. Crawford said, this is game changing, and so we're making sure we dot the I's and cross the T's.
Officials say the project is expected to start showing visible progress later this year. Now to a story that you'll see only on News 3. A small but a powerful group in Beaufort County is making a big impact on the ground and in the air. Women make up just a fraction of law enforcement and aviation roles nationwide, but at the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, they are changing that standard. Their duties start in the office, serving the community Monday through Friday. But when a critical call comes in, they take to the skies as tactical flight officers. Those officers serve as the eyes and ears in the air during search and rescue missions.
We have the most women in aviation, from my understanding, in the nation. We have some amazing, brave women that get in this helicopter, they get up in the skies, and they protect the community. Not only do they do it in the sky, but a lot of them are patrol deputies, and they do this as an extra thing. These are our days off, and we spend them in the air to continue protecting our citizens.
The team has grown significantly. Last year, there were 3 women on the aviation unit. Now there are 6, making them the majority of the 8-person team.